Hello, everybody. My name is Matt, and you know what time it is. It is time for maybe the shit show to happen. It's the 9.1 Sylvanas defeat cinematic is what this is called. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know whatever happens, someone's gonna be mad about it. So I don't know what to say. I've been trying to predict what I think is gonna happen, and the story is just so stupid right now that I'm like, I don't even know. But the one thing I do know is Sylvanas definitely isn't going to die, because of course she's not. She's way too good of advertising material for Blizzard. They couldn't even kill Illidan in Legion when he fulfilled his plot that's been his plot for the whole entirety of his existence as a character, so ain't no way they're going to kill off Sylvanas. So if that's what we're hoping, you're going to be upset, because I don't know what it's going to happen, but it ain't going to be that. So I guess I have nothing else to say, so let's just get into it in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, yeah, the orb out of the chest, like everyone thought. Binding key, is that what he said?
Is once again mine.
He looks so stupid!
Now,
Oh, everyone's just dominated now.
The way is open, Zovol! We already have what we need!
too long I endured the Maker's flawed design. I will forge a new
Why does she care about the other three getting dominated?
all shall serve.
Because he said the same word that the Lich King did? Redemption incoming! Here comes the redemption arc!
I will never serve.
What you been doing the last 10 years then, bitch?
Still shame my mortality. You did help restore something stolen from me.
The good soul. They're doing it! They're doing the good Sylvanas!
To their mercy. Come. Be the first to witness reality's
So are they dominated still, or are they free?
Not let him reach me.
The blue eyes! Good Sylvanas! They did it! Steve Denuser fucking did it, dude! Oh my god, so many people are gonna be so mad. Oh, it's... Oh my goodness. That is pretty close to what I ended up coming down on my prediction when I just spew out shit on Twitter. I was like, okay. Actually, I'm gonna look up I posted it on the forums, I think. I want to go look up exactly what I said, because I think I said something very, very similar. I said something to the effect of, what's gonna happen is, let's see. Oh, here, I'm... a post that I made on the forums yesterday when everyone's like, predict what's going to happen. So here's part of the post where I talk about it. Part of me thinks the jailer will abandon her at the end of the raid after he makes it out of the Shadowlands, and she does an Illidan-esque face-heel turn and reopens the way for us to go home and stop him. Essentially, he's doing to her what he did to Denathrius, just abandoning her after he accomplishes what to do with her. He will snatch the orb out of the Arbiter's chest, likely turn into his concept model. I wish, because what he turned into was fucking even more boring. Deliver a boring monologue that nobody cares about because he's the most uninteresting villain the franchise has ever had for a second before she leaves. And then Sylvanas would be like, well, crap, I guess I'll have to stop him. And this is how things are going to go in this game now, because ever since Draenor is free, the other characters will just be okay with it. I was pretty close. Wow, they're doing the good Sylvanas. They're doing good Sylvanas. Oh my god. Oh, I love this. This is so good. I don't have a lot to say about it. Actually, Anduin didn't get freed, like I said. I've been saying this like the whole time. Anduin's not going to be free until the end of the expansion. Because I think in that same post I said that same thing. Let me go back and read earlier in my post what I said about that. Here it is. I'm about 99% positive Anduin will not be saved. He will be the carrot for people who care about him to continue playing the next chapter to see what happens. He will not be freed until the jailer is defeated. And then I said, ... although Blizzard assumes that there are any Anduin fans left. Most of us who liked him have kind of hated what he's become in Battle for Azeroth and Shadowlands, and then turning him into a discount Arthas with no build-up or agency because of the mind control is just awful. So I don't think their gamble is going to pay off. It's almost like I've been paying attention to this story for so long that I kind of know what I'm talking about, huh? I kind of know what the writers are going to do. So Anduin won't be freed. That'll be the carrot. Nobody actually cares about Anduin anymore. Like, they fucked it up so badly that even Anduin fans like me who used to love him are like, this is just fucking stupid. I wish he would have just rather died. I don't know. They're actually doing good Sylvanas. Although, it's not going to be good Sylvanas. What they're going to do is they're going to be like, oh, she got her morality back, and now she cares about something, and she obviously knows what he wants to do next, and she didn't say it. We have to stop him from getting to the blank. It's just, he wants the world soul of Azeroth. He fucking says that in the beginning, in the intro. So that's clearly what he wants. And I was talking to Howie the other day, and he was like, I was saying something like, oh, the jailer sucks, he's boring, he has, like, no agency or whatever, and Howie's like, is that... And I said, he just wants to destroy all reality because he's just evil for evil's sake. And Howie was like, does he actually want to do that? And I was like, yep, that's what he wants. And Howie, to his credit, because he's not as jaded about this story as I am, he was hoping that they were going to reveal a little bit more of the jailer's plan and what he wants to do and why. But he literally is just like Sargeras. The makers of the universe were flawed. I'm mad about it, so I'm going to just destroy all reality. It's like, I don't know, but there it is. I haven't looked online yet. Howie messaged me on Discord, like, the cinematic's up, and I recorded it immediately. I was in the middle of having dinner, and I stopped. I cannot wait to see the shit show this is going to be. I don't know why anybody would think they're going to kill Sylvanas, so those people who are mad that she didn't die, it's like, bitch, you fucking... Obviously, she wasn't going to die. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The worst punishment she was ever going to receive is to be fridged for later, like Illidan is clearly being done. So that's it. I don't even... Like I said, there was not a lot that actually happened here. So, Anduin dropped the compass. The compass leads to a quest line later on, I think, where there's another scene between the two. This was actually not there's like a 3-minute cinematic, I think, somewhere that we're still supposed to see. I don't know if that's the Ardenweald one with Tyrande. But I was like positive this was gonna be the longest one because they have so much narrative legwork to still do, and this is the end of the patch now, so it's like they didn't do it. Like, we don't know why the jailer's doing what he's doing. He still has no motivation. He's still completely fucking boring. He's like the worst villain this franchise has ever had. Despite them retconning all this stuff to be because of him, he still remains the most boring villain of this whole franchise. Sylvanas, like, face heel turning back to good for some reason. Why did she care that the other three were being dominated? She just tried to literally murder all of them in the last patch at Lordaeron. Why does she care? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's clearly the writers being like, oh, we gotta make her good because we want to turn her around to keep her around because, whatever. Like I said, I'm obviously not mad. I'm actually very entertained because of how terrible this is. I think it's funny. But I don't see how do I want to phrase this? Because I could come off sounding incredibly, incredibly mean. I don't understand how people can see this cinematic and see this as the big culmination of Sylvanas' story, which is what they were advertising it as. Like, not the ending, but, like, the culmination of, like, a huge long arc that they were apparently doing. How can you see this and then be like, how can you trust anything any developer ever says again about this game? Like, this, especially Steve Denuser, this smug douche who in every interview always pretends he's like George R.R. Martin or Tolkien. and he pretends there's like just some grand story that he's like crafting in his head, and he's acting like he's some master storyteller. And it's like, how can you see this and then be like, and then take him seriously at all, or any of the other writers? Like, it's so bad. It's so bad it's entertaining, but it's so bad. Like, how can you? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how anyone can like look at this and take it seriously after this. Like, especially, they're kicking the can down the road again. There's never conclusions to anything in this game. It's like, it's so. I'm not even frustrated anymore. It's beyond frustrating. It's just like, I'm just apathetic to it at this point. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go play the other MMO with a good story, with an amazing story actually, because this is trash. But this is like your. This is like your wife that you were really in love with like 15 years ago. And then cut to current day and she's got like a big pot belly and she's a drug addict, but you can't leave her because you still love her even though you should and she's toxic. And then you go over to the strip club or you meet someone who's like perfect for you and you love them every way. And then you're like, shit, I'm still fucking married and I can't get over it because I still kind of love her a little bit. Like, that's how I feel about those two games. It's, I don't know. It was a cinematic. I mean, I've been saying this because I got a lot of backlash in the last video for talking about how pointlessly stupid that fight was, and it was. The fight between Sylvanas and Tyrande was fucking stupid. It doesn't matter. Clearly, it didn't matter to the story as was evidenced with this, because now she's good. Her eyes became blue again. You saw like the high elf spirit of her like merge back in with her. So it's like, none of that, it doesn't matter. Like, none of the Tyrande and the Night Elf storyline never mattered to anything, clearly. So, I don't know. That's what it was. It was funny. Oh, my point I was leading up to was, all of the cinematic-y stuff is great. Like, the music is good, the voice acting is good, Sylvanas' voice actress, Patty Mattson, is fucking amazing, and I wish Sylvanas would go away so that Patty can do other game voice rollovers, because she primarily does Warcraft. She does like some kid cartoons, I think, but she has such a cool, unique, interesting voice. I wish she was in other video games, because she's so done such a disservice having to voice just this stupid character. And I feel kind of bad for her, actually. I mean, I'm sure people are like, oh, she's like a main character in like a huge game, don't feel bad for her, but I don't know. Stuck voicing Sylvanas as such an embarrassing story character makes me sad on her behalf, even if she's not upset about it. I'm sure she's thrilled and loves it. Anyway, like, all the cinematic-y stuff is great. The music, the voice acting, the direction, the way the scenes play out, you know, zoom in, zoom out, you know, the callback to the Lich King and Arthas. All that's great. The problem is, it's the story. The story is just such trash, garbage fire nonsense that even if the cinematic is fucking amazing, it doesn't matter because the story is just garbage. So it's disappointing that all that talent that the cinematics team have, which clearly is a lot, because all the cinematics are amazing. Like, it's so sad that they have to be saddled with working with these writers. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes me actually sad. Not the fucking storyline being stupid or bad, whatever. It's a video game. Who cares? It's that all these people's hard work is just so wasted on this story. And that's what makes me upset on their behalf again. So, that's it. It is what it is. Good Sylvanas is here, everybody. It's so great. It's what we all wanted. Her fans and people who hate the story and just want to see it all burned down to the ground like me. I'm happy because it's the worst version possible. And it's just entertaining. I can't believe they didn't make the jailer go into his concept art, which looks way more interesting than the fucking discount Lich King that he is now. Like, Steve Denuser, you can't do Wrath of the Lich King again. It was done. Arthas is dead. The Lich King is over with. The new dude is not him. Anduin's not Arthas. Sylvanas is not Kel'Thuzad, I guess, in this scenario. You can't do it. Stop trying to do it because you're doing it worse. Like, it's not as good. Do you not know that? How do you not know that? Have you not heard from literally every fan of the game that the jailer is the worst fucking villain you've ever written? Make up something unique and different and new. Don't just keep trying to... I know you're upset that you couldn't write the Lich King finale that you so obviously wanted to do, but fucking stop. It's time to stop. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, there's one more cinematic that I don't think is going to be out for a couple of weeks. I think it's tied to the Ardenweald chapter, which won't be out till like the end of the month, I think. I'd be happy to be proven wrong and it comes out like tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be. So anyway, stay awesome, and yeah, farewell.